What's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome to tonight's training. How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Perfect, girl.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys for being on time, per usual. Loud and clear. Perfect. Welcome, Colleen. Hi, guys. Numbers are climbing. Make sure your lines are on mute. I'm going to try to keep this training nice and short, as I still have a huge mess in my house still, as you guys can imagine. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Let me go ahead. Make sure you guys mute your lines, please. Alexis, welcome. I see you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the training. Go ahead and shoot a text. Get your teams on the call. If you guys can get on the chats and get people on the training. I really didn't have time to drill on training today, but hopefully we get some amount of people here today, because I think that a lot of us in the industry are lacking mastering invitation. How do we get people in front of leadership? And that's one thing that is the most important thing to do in this industry. I've done a lot of research. I've listened to the Eric Worre's, the Tony Robbins, right? And it all goes back to mastering this invitation. And I think that when we first started, and even when I first started, it's something I didn't understand to an extent. But you definitely want to understand how to master the invitation, because if you learn how to master the invitation, you could be a six-figure earner in this business. That's exactly how Alfred did it. That's exactly how Ashton did it. That's exactly how Bruce Lee Rochester, all the top leaders were able to accomplish such success. Hi, Carlos. Miss you guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen here and bring up the very first training of mastering invitation. And let's get right to it. So pretty much, guys, listen, this is one thing, right? We always tell, especially brand new agents, welcome. If you're a brand new agent on our team, thank you so much for taking the time to come into training and actually learn. But learning how to master the invitation is something that can actually make you a ton of money in this business and actually grow your business without you even knowing anything yet. Even if you don't know the products, you know, this business is 90% mindset, 10% skill. So if you could just wrap your mind around how you invite people to an event, you will definitely kill it in this business. For me, when I first started, I didn't have a local event. So what I utilized was our webinars. And at that point, we were only doing webinars like once every 2 weeks, guys. So I'm telling you, you guys are very blessed to be in this organization. We have implemented 3 webinars a week, and on Group Week Volume 5 or 4, we always do one every single night where your leaders are actually exposing the business for you. So if you master the invitation, your business should be growing. I think that we can all agree that our product and our services sell themselves. I think that we could all agree that 70 million people, if not more, need our services, but it's the way that new agents continue to burn the leads. It's something that I don't understand. So what you want to do is what I'm going to show you tonight. You want to do this to a T, especially if you're a brand new agent. Because right now, right, my entire network has already been tapped, right? But can I go through my phone and still find some of these people and master this invitation in that way? Especially now that I'm back in a state that I used to be, definitely, and I plan on it. So that's why I wanted to touch on it with you guys today. Mastering the invitation, #1 thing you want to learn in this business. Forget about the products, forget about the services. Make sure you activate them for yourself. If you can get people in front of leadership, I guarantee we can put money in your pocket today, this week, and we can actually get you your first promotion. So getting right into it, #1, you want to master the invitation. It's the #1 important skill in multi-level marketing. Mastering the invitation will take your business from point A to point Z. And guys, listen, as a vice president, I still master the invitation. I still edify Xavier. I still edify Alfred. I still edify other leaders all the time, right? Because people like to listen to the success, but not the success coming out of your mouth. And a lot of times, brand new agents really don't have the success yet. So you have to tie it to some type of success. Staying in phase one means mastering the invitation, okay? The other thing you want to know is that this is one of the most important things in MLM based on all of my research. I'm like, man, how do we pack out the events? And this is one of the things that you definitely, let me make sure people's lines get muted upon entry. Hopefully that works. The most important things you should master in MLM. Okay. The other thing, mastering the invitation can take you to the next level. If you're thinking, man, I'm not hitting this promotion. I've been in the business 3 months. I have not hit field trainer. I've been in this business 2 months. I have not hit field trainer. You are not following the system. Guys, MLM is completely different than a job. It's not like you get orientation and you go in your back office and you learn anything and all of a sudden you're going to have a ton of clients and agents in your business. Multi-level marketing is a whole different beast. So when I tell you, if you stick to this basic, you can take your business to the next level. You could become a field trainer in a day, in a week. I'm telling you guys, you can reach that 6-7 figure income if you just get people in front of your leaders, okay? So 4 steps to success. Now, if you guys want to start taking screenshots, right? Because this needs to be followed in numerical order. If you skip one step and skip the other step and just jump to the other step, it's not going to work. What you want to do is make sure that you follow these 4 steps to success in numerical order and in the format that I give it to you. All right. So number 1, you have to learn how to crawl before walking, right? Look exactly how the picture is here. We don't just walk one day, right? So that's one thing. As a brand new agent or a seasoned agent, you have to be very patient with this business, but just keep in your mind that if you fail in this business, you're failing because of things that you did or didn't do, right? Or you could be very successful in this business based on the things you did or didn't do. Number 1, you have to learn to crawl before you actually start walking, and mastering this invitation is one of the things you definitely want to focus on. So step 1, when you're making a phone call, okay, be in a hurry. That is step 1. As soon as you get on the phone with the individuals that you are inviting to a presentation or a webinar, busy people are always in a hurry. So you want to seem busy. Time is money, right? Always time is money. Think of a celebrity, right? Think about if you ran into Drake in the middle of the street, right? You value his time. So you'll be like, hey, Drake, real quick, a quick picture, quick, 2 seconds, right? You value his time. You respect that person's time. So you want to be in a hurry as well when you make that phone call. Just like a celebrity, your mind adapts to thinking, we have to respect that time, okay? So you don't want to ask questions during the invite. That's not what, hey, well, hey, so how's your credit? No, this is an invitation. So number 1, I'm going to give you examples on being in a hurry, but this is not the time to ask them questions, and it's not the time to allow or open up the door for them to ask you questions, because as a brand new agent, you may not know the answer to those questions. So you don't want to get wrapped into that, because your credibility gets minimized when you can't answer those questions, and you may not be able to get that person there. So number 1, you want to be in a hurry. Here's a few examples of being in a hurry. The invite, or actually on the next slide, the invite is your first impression. Think about when you get onto the phone, reason you want to be in the rush is people want what they cannot have, right? So if you're in a rush, they're like, man, that person's busy. I wonder what they're calling me about. So here's some examples of being in a hurry. Hey, John, I'm walking into a meeting right now, right? Hey, John, I'm actually about to jump onto a conference call, right? Or, hey, John, I'm actually getting ready to walk into a training, but, right? And that's your introduction. You already started off the call with you only have a few seconds. And this is something that was actually in the New Agent script. They say it in a different way, like, hey, I just got a quick minute, right? That's another example of being in a hurry, and there's a reason for that. There's a structure for that. You already want to set the call with, you don't have time to answer questions. I just told you I'm going into a meeting. So these are some examples that you want to start utilize when you're making those phone calls, all right? So this is going to eliminate the questions, right? You've expressed that you're in a hurry. Hey, well, what is that seminar about? Listen, John, I just told you I'm in a hurry. I'm walking into a training. This is not the time to be able to answer those questions. Will I see you at this location at that time, right? That's how you want to handle that. You've established that at the beginning of the call that you are already expressing a rush. So step 2, clear the schedule. All right. So what you want to do is see exactly what is on their schedule. Step 1, hey, John, I'm walking into a meeting right now. Step 2, clearing the schedule. What are you doing Thursday at 7 p.m.? And so now you're waiting for a response, right? If they are not free on that date, you have 2 options. All right. Say with me, 2 options, right? If they are busy or have plans, you can always play one of the 2 following parts. All right. Number 1, have a second date in your back pocket. Like, hey, Thursday, January 25th or Thursday, January 30th, whatever, right? So you always want to be able to back it up if they say they're busy. Hey, how about this date, right? The second option is you can hang up right away. As soon as they tell, oh, no, you know what? I'm busy. You know why? Because it's going to pique curiosity. They might even dial you back. They might even be like, wait a minute, why did Raysa call to invite me to a presentation? Or to not even, because I didn't even say anything, but why did they call to invite me somewhere? I wonder, let me call them back to see. You're piquing that curiosity, right? But then again, that's a good way to pique that curiosity. You could do it either way, play it different ways and see which one works for you. But those are the 2 options, again, to be able to actually clear the schedule. So you're asking them first. You're not saying, hey, can you come to a presentation Thursday at 7 p.m.? You don't want to do that. Right? What you want to say is, what are you doing on this day, and clear that schedule. So step 3, adding value, right? You want to add some type of value to the call. This is so important, you guys. I think that a lot of us are failing packing out these game days. We're failing packing out seminars. We're failing packing webinars because we're texting. There is no way in network marketing, I have never seen anywhere where it says you should be texting. It's just people are so scared to get on the phone nowadays, right? FB Messenger, Instagram, direct messaging, all that has filtered and completely demolished the personal touch of a phone call. Any other method is wrong. If you're not picking up the phone to do an invitation to a business meeting, if you're looking for agents, you're doing it wrong. You're not expressing no type of expression when you're sending a text message. There's no enthusiasm, no excitement. It can't be transferred over a text. Imagine me calling, hey, what's up, John? Yo, I'm so excited. What are you doing? I'm in a hurry. I'm about to go into a training, but what are you doing Thursday at 7? Right? They're like, oh, shoot, nothing. I got nothing on. You got to meet me here, man. I'm going to send you the information through text. That you could do. But you don't want to go and invite on a message. There's not, your tonality is just not expressed at all. And then last but not least, keep it super simple. Don't try to get into it. Hey, well, I got a presentation. And no. Keep it super simple. All right. So that's another thing. I think that's where a lot of us are failing, unfortunately, is that we're texting when we're doing these invitations. We need to cut that, and we need to try the method that actually has made successful multiple 6-7 figure earners. We need to pick up that phone call and call every single contact and invite the right way. Okay. Another thing is be excited. So this is how you're adding value. You're excited, right? You stand up, add posture. Adding value and excitement to the call is going to transfer good energy. We talk about good energy all the time, especially that person maybe was having a bad day. Now all of a sudden you invited, now they're excited. You change the whole mood of that person. Show them that there's something different about you. Like, man, Veronica just called me and she sounds happy. I don't know, but I'm going to whatever she told me to go to because she sounds excited, right? So that's one thing that you guys really need to start to think about. And then step 4, take it away. And it's natural for people to want what they can have, right? You may want a guy or a girl that you can't have. It's the way it's in our minds. Our minds are programmed to be like, hold on, I want that, right? Since the beginning of time, right? The whole apple, yeah, we know about that one, right? But curiosity is actually what's gonna hook them to attend. All right. So people have a greater fear of loss. That's the universal law, is to take it away. Trust me, guys, when you take it away, people automatically will be like, wait a minute, hold on. So here's how you can actually take it away at the end of the call, right? Oh, well, I'm busy Thursday at 7. I really can't. Oh, what about this date? So you could do that, right? What about this? Oh, no, I'm busy that day too. Listen, John, if you can't come, it's okay. I'll cross your name off my list, and I'll give your seat away to someone else. I have about 20 people to call. I called you first. I can only bring 5 people. Are you in or are you out? Now you've taken it away. Now you're like, hey, listen, you come in or not, I'll scratch you off the list. No big deal, because now they're fearing losing out on something. And I guarantee that if you do that, they're going to say, hey, I'm in. Huge, guys. So definitely take a screenshot of that. That's one script that I use a lot. Another thing that I use a lot is I say, hey, I only got 2 slots left for tonight's webinar. 2 slots. Would you like to join tonight? Right? That's all I say. So that way they feel like, oh my God, if there's only 2 slots, it's huge, guys. The impact that has, and that's how I've been able to get a lot of people on these webinars. Also, please remember this. People need you more than you need them. I think that sometimes we fail to forget. We're like, oh my God, we're so scared to make these phone calls. But just have the posture, believe in what you do, and believe that you have the ability to change someone's life. How amazing is this company? How amazing, how many testimonies have we had? How many people do you know in leadership titles, 6, 7-figure earners that were not a few years ago? These lives are changing every single day. Within my organization alone, we have impacted and changed so many lives, and I've seen it. So you have to have the posture. You have to believe in what you do. If you're a brand new agent, I understand that that's hard for you because you may not have seen the testimonies, but just build on the success that's around you. Build on the success that is already within your network and the successful people that you are actually attached to now. You have the ability to change that person's life that you're calling, because they may be in a financial bind. They might have a poor credit. They may be going through a bankruptcy. You never know what that person's going through, and you're going to have the ability to change that person's mind. Remember that people need you more than you need them, all right? So that's one thing. So again, let's just recap real quick, because this is not a training. I want to say this is not a training. A training is something, hey, you watch and, hey, maybe I'll do it. This is clear instruction. This is clear instruction, guys. If you want to see your business grow, you will do these 4 steps when mastering the invitation, and you will see your business grow. And you can text me and let me know how it works out for you, because I guarantee this is something that's definitely going to change the dynamic. I already have 5 people lined up. I'm hoping to get more to our Tampa game day. You guys think I'm not leveraging my executive vice president in this area? You are kidding me. I am going to get people there. They don't even know what they're coming from for the 5 people that I invited. One of them was one of my son's coaches. Another one is a girl that's already a client, but she's in banking. I'm trying to get her to upgrade. Another one is, let me see, who's the other one? Oh, so that girl's bringing her boyfriend, because her boyfriend had already been introduced supposedly or talked to by someone down here. But now that I'm bringing it up to her, she's going to bring him in, and then he's bringing somebody else. It's crazy, guys. So master it. And all I did was call her, hey girl, what's up? I'm back in Tampa. What are you doing Thursday at 7? Come on, let's link. They don't even know. Let's link. We're having a business overview. You got to be there. And you think I'm not leveraging and edifying my executive vice president and all the leadership that's down here? Kidding me. I'm using that like if I was a brand new agent, guys. So that's exactly what you guys want to start to do. The other thing I'm going to train on tonight, real quick here, is going to be the discovery. My team definitely emphasized this week that they really feel like we should go back to the basics. Now, the discovery is something that it is duplicatable. It's just an extra step. but I think it's important. I think that if you feel that your clients are not seeing results, or if you feel something in along the way you're not understanding as far as the credit analysis part of it, or understanding what's wrong with your clients or prospects credit, I think that's an issue, because you definitely want to know their entire situation when they're coming to you with a problem, right? You don't want to know just a little bit of it, because we all know that in the credit score calculation, there's multiple factors. So it can be helping someone remove negative items, but then later on you find out they don't have an open credit card, they're not building any payment history, and now you've not helped another 80% of their score. So I think the discovery training is something that everyone should be implementing. It's something that I implemented with my team. So I'm hoping if any new agents are on, that this is something that you implement right away. These are Credit Karma scripts is what we call them. 90% of people have Credit Karma on their phone. So it's something very simple to look at, but unfortunately, many people do not understand it, right? As a brand new agent, when you post something on social media that's compliant, that's in your back office as far as credit repair, and someone replies, yes, I need help, or info, the very first thing you want to do, and this is more relatable to Facebook, because what you want to do is reply and say inbox you, because that's going to bring that post to the top of the feed, and you're going to continue to give it activity, right? So that's kind of part of the algorithm on Facebook, is that now by saying inbox you, now there's more comments bringing that to the top, right? So now more eyes are continuously viewing that. So that's one tactic. That's the reason we say that. The other reason is that, let's say you guys are not friends and that's a public post, then when you actually inbox them, it's going to go into filter, so they won't be able to see it. All right. But here's how you introduce yourself. Hello, how are you doing, through text message? Thanks for inquiring. What's currently affecting your credit, right? And the reason that we leave that open-ended question, that's why it says wait for response, is because now that person is going to tell you, well, I got collections and I have 4 collections, or they're going to tell you straight up, I have no idea what's affecting my credit. So now you already testing their credit knowledge, meaning that if someone tells you I have no idea, they have no idea how their credit score is calculated, and you're going to be the expert to be able to decipher that and break that down for that person. So you're going to wait for their response. No matter what they say, hey, I have 4 collections, or hey, I don't know, don't worry, I can help you, right? Because we can't. Right? Don't worry, I can help you. Do you have Credit Karma? 95% of people always tell me yes. Sometimes they tell me I can't get in, I have a password, so I'll try to help them navigate that and be able to reset their password, or actually replace their email and create a new account. But again, you want to wait for the response. Most of the time is yes, I have Credit Karma. So then you move on to the next script, and this is my script. What we're looking for is the credit factor. So do me a favor, log into your Credit Karma, click on your TransUnion score, scroll down to the middle of the page. We're giving clear instruction here, okay? There's 6 boxes there that I need to see. Send me a screenshot of TransUnion and Equifax, those same boxes, and I want to see if you're going to be able to qualify for our program. See, now they're like, what? I have to qualify? Hold on. Let me get her this info, right? That's exactly the type of effect that it has for people. So now you're going to wait for those screenshots, right? As soon as they send them to you, now is the action. As a new agent, this is very simple. This is very duplicatable as well. Even for seasoned agents, very simple, because now you're going to be able to see exactly what's affecting that person's credit score, right? So number 1, action, schedule a call. After that, you don't want to say anything else. Yes, you qualify, which I'm going to teach you what qualifies someone, but you automatically want to schedule a call. See when the prospect is available, and see when your mentor is available, and actually tie those schedules together, especially if you're a brand new agent. And now you're conducting that 3-way call, okay, which is very important. Now you're just introducing to a leader, and you're giving the leader the ammo to be able to close that call for you, okay? So on my team, my agents know if I'm taking a 3-way call, especially for credit restoration, that I need these screenshots before I actually take that call. All right, new agents, the other option that you could do is, as soon as you see that they do qualify, you can actually invite them to an event, seminar, or again, a 3-way call. The 3-way call is more effective. If you could do that, getting them in front of a leader that understands the credit factors is going to definitely add a lot of value and training for you, So that way going forward, when you get those screenshots, you'll be able to actually take control of those calls. All right, so I'm actually going to go over what the qualification is, right? So as we stated, they're going to send you a screenshot that looks like this, which has 6 boxes, as I stated. So what would qualify a person in this case, right? As you guys can see, I put this credit score breakdown over here, and we've got example A of a customer, potential prospect that sent us a screenshot. What we are looking for is their credit card utilization, number 1. That's 30% of their score. For instance, in this case, it says no data. You know what that means? It means there's no open credit card. This client has no open credit card, which means 30% of their score is affected by that. So actually getting them into a secured card, which is one of our products, would actually boost their score 30, 50 plus points. Okay, so you're gonna want to be, now you are the expert. Now you're like, hey, look, I see you have no data. That means you do not have a credit card. That means 30% of your score is being affected by that. So I'm actually gonna help you, and I'm actually gonna get you into a secure credit card that's gonna boost your score 30, 50 plus points. And that's gonna actually help you start to build that credit and fill that 30%, which is currently empty. Boom. Got them, right? It's true. Look, the credit score calculation says it right there. 30% of your score is based on that. The second thing you're looking at is payment history. So going back to the credit card utilization real quick, in this area, if they do have a credit card, what is the rule that we always say? Never over 30%, right? So if they're over 30%, you want to educate them and say, listen, I see your credit cards are at 100%. That means all of your credit cards are maxed out. You really need to keep those under 30% because right now you're affecting your score 50 to 100 points because they're maxed out. Most of the time they're like, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know I couldn't max out my cards. So yes, you want to definitely put a pay down option to be able to, I would say don't even use them and actually start to pay those credit cards down until that 100 number says 30%. And you're going to see a huge impact on your credit score. And immediately they're gonna be like, oh, well, I only have 1 or 2 $500 limit cards. I'll pay those down. Boom, and you've helped that customer a ton just with that knowledge, right? The second thing is payment history, which is actually the biggest factor in our credit report, right? So 100% payment history is good. That's what we want to be at. Unfortunately, many people have late payments. So as soon as there's late payments reported, you automatically qualify them for our program because we dispute like late payments. So if that 100% is anything less than 100%, if it says 99, 98, 50, 54, that means there's late payments. Right now, this current example means it has no late payments, right? So I would congratulate them. Listen, congratulations. You are doing great on your payment history. You're paying everything on time. I just want to let you know that if you were to pay something late, anything that reports, right now you're doing good, but if you pay something late, that can stay on your credit report 7 years. So you definitely want to keep the track record that you've been having. I congratulate you for that. And now I'm making them feel good and also providing them some information. All right, the second thing I say is age of credit is definitely something that's affecting you in this case because you haven't built enough age. Right now you have a month with whatever account you have. So over time that will increase. But if you're currently a renter, right? Where am I going with this? If you're currently a renter, we can actually add a 2-year trade line. How long have you been renting for? And now they're going to say, well, I've been renting at this apartment for 4 months. Perfect. I have another program where you can add a 2-year trade line and it's going to increase that age of credit history because now we're adding 2 years instead of a month onto your credit report. How does that sound? That sounds great. Perfect. All right. So now I've already, in this case, gave value, gave information, gave 2 products that we're able to market, and I haven't even gotten to the protection plan yet, right? Okay, so now we're looking at derogatory marks. Anything in derogatory marks is no bueno, all right? So now this person, for instance, has 9 derogatory marks. That can be anywhere. In that section is usually medical bills, collections, bankruptcy, all the bad stuff, okay? So automatically this person qualifies, right? We know that our program helps with disputing those items. This is when I get into our program. Listen, you have 9 marks? What are they? Are they collections? And we get into a conversation. They'll tell me, hey, it's medical bills. I got sick 3 years ago. I couldn't work and I got all these medical bills. And I'll tell them, don't worry, understandable. Life does happen. But that's why I'm so excited about our program, because we're definitely helping a lot of people be able to actually dispute these items for you. And then I get into our protection plan. And I talk a little bit about the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And it's already setting it up. We found the problem. Now we have the solution. Total accounts, obviously, that's not something I really touch on, total accounts, but hard inquiries I do. So if I see anything higher than 5, 6, I start to tell them, be careful. Hard inquiries, zoo, and what are hard inquiries? Most of the time, they don't even know, right? So we're providing a lot of value on these phone calls. But if they do have 10 hard inquiries, then I'll start to tell them, listen, do not apply for anything that has to do with credit anytime soon until we get your credit situated. Because right now you have 10, and those stay on your credit reports for 2 years every time you apply for credit. And right now you're looking desperate. So you definitely don't want to go ahead. And they'll tell me, hey, that was when I went to a car dealership last year and they got me approved for the car, but 6 or 7 of those are not even mine. And then I'll tell them we can actually dispute those in our program as well. So hopefully I was able to help you. But the good thing about if you're a brand new agent on this call is that your leader will be expressing all of this on the call, and you're going to be learning, right? So your job is to be able to extract this information for your leader so that now we can go in there as doctors. So think about coming to a doctor's office. Don't you always have someone that comes in first, checks your blood pressure and everything like that, asks you what's wrong, what's going on, how you feeling, what are your symptoms, right? That's exactly what you are in this bubble. You're basically providing the doctor what's going on, and the doctor is going to sit there and say, well, based on your symptoms, this is what you have, and this is what you need. And we have the script, which is our protection plan, right? So this is something that I've implemented with my team, and it has worked very well because you're coming with me to a problem. We have the solution. We have a 15+ year track record, A+ rating, testimony after testimony. You came to me for help. All right, let's help you. How do we get you started today? Right? So this is exactly how you're going to be able to close those deals. So I don't know how much time I've taken, 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm actually going to open up the lines a little bit for some questions in regards to this. I think that it does allow you guys to mute yourself. I'm not going to go ahead and mute everyone, but if you guys have any questions, now would be the time. Questions? Any questions, guys? I wasn't that good. Come on. You can't unmute. Okay, I figured. Hold on, let me see. Manage participants. Allow participants to unmute themselves. How about now?
Now, I got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so who has a question?
All right, I got one. Raysa, so if a person have let's say that they have a credit card and they fall to, like, they will get sick. It passed 6 to 1 year and they didn't like make a payment or something because they were sick. They close directly their credit cards. What that person can do about that?
So the company closed their cards because they weren't paying them?
Yes. So the person couldn't pay it because he got sick. So
yeah,
they closed directly the credit cards, the company.
Okay, so what the company, so after 6 months, what happens is that the companies actually process what's called a charge-off. So a charge-off, it'll show on your account as a negative item. So they close it. It's closed with a balance. And it'll say in the remarks, it'll say closed, charge-off, sent to collection. So what happens at the end of the year is that that company does that so that they can write it off on their taxes. But then that's when the collection process starts. There's nothing to do when it comes to that. But in our protection plan, we actually fight the charge-off and the collection as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Raysa, I have a question.
Okay, what's up?
If a client has already disputed some of their negative items, but they still are on their credit report, what could we do for them after that? Just
So
keep
it
disputing
depends.
them?
Yes, it depends. Sometimes people see results really fast, and sometimes people see results slower. It depends on the investigation. It depends on what was found. That's why credit is something that's why we really can't give time frames. Like, I really try to stay away from what I usually say is you will see results in 30 to 90 days, but that doesn't mean everything's going to come off. I try to stay away from time frames, period, because the person next to me can have 20 negative items and I have 10, and they'll have the 20 defeated and I won't have the 10, because it's what is found on that investigation. What I highly recommend is them staying in the program. And usually how I'm able to keep them on is saying, hey, listen, if you don't fight those things, they're going to remain on your credit report anyway for 7 years. So you might as well put action to it now and allow it to take its course. This takes time.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's how usually, I have clients that have been in the program with me for like a year, but they've seen from 500 to 780. I mean, but they've been in the program paying $89 for a year, but they see value in that.
Right, and plus more people would rather pay $89 than pay off the balance that's due.
Right, so. Exactly. And, it becomes, sometimes people are like, oh, what am I paying $89 from? But at the end of the day, those are items that we're going to stay on your credit report for 7 years. So we're not miracle workers. We have to do letters, and we do them every 60 days. So again, one round of letters can take 30 to 60 days. So that's 2 months. So it's not a fast process.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I see some questions in the chat.
Hey, Raysa, how's everything going?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Eves?
Oh, nothing much. Listen, I have a quick question for you.
Yep.
So when just someone signs up for the program and they just go through their first round, just traditional dispute letters, is there a second step that should be taken if someone has, say, 12, 15 items in their hard inquiries versus just assuming that that's going to automatically be disputed through that first round of disputes?
Yes. So hard inquiries is not something that's automatically added to the round of disputes. And the reason for that is because we don't know which ones you got approved for, or for instance, me, FES, corporate doesn't know what hard inquiries were a result of an open account and which were a result of a non-open account, meaning which ones denied you. So the company's not going to go ahead and add all of those on there, because what happens is that if we fight a company and say, hey, you pulled her credit, but they're going to be like, oh, well, she has an open account, it's going to flag fraud, and it'll actually close those open accounts. So we don't want that. So the company puts it back onto the customer to actually call into corporate and tell them, they'll actually give them the email of whoever picks up. So if Stephanie picks up, Stephanie will be like, send me an email, tell me which ones you want me to add to your letters, because they want to have that in writing that you requested it. So you would have to actually go through your 10 inquiries and say, well, I applied for Capital One, but I didn't get that, so I want to add that to the letters. I applied for First Progress and I did get that one, so I can't put that one on there. So it's actually, for the most part, my recommendation is so they add it on the second round, because they get their first round of investigation results, which is a full credit report. If they actually highlight the ones they want to fight and then send it to corporate, they can simply say, hey, the ones that are highlighted, make sure you add them to the second round. But there is a process. It has to go through customer service to be added.
Thank you for that.
Okay, you're welcome. There's a question in the chat says, how do you convince people that get discouraged when they have to pay? We really don't convince. I think that's one of the main things, is that we just share the information. So number one, hey, look, we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We've been in business for 15 years. We have the results. Everyone's seeing the results. It's a service. You got to pay for it. It's not going to be free. We're not going to fix your credit for free, and we're not going to give you all the additional other items that we have. You came to me because you wanted a solution. Do you want value, or, you know, you came to me because you saw value somehow. So again, it's not any different than getting a lawyer when you go to court or getting a realtor when you buy a house. You came to us because you don't understand credit, and we are the credit experts. So I wouldn't get discouraged. And I wouldn't allow, if people start to get discouraged, they simply don't want the help. At the end of the day, how serious are you if you don't want to pay for a service? Any other questions? No other questions? All right. Awesome. Well, guys, have a great night. Any other questions that you guys may have can be sent in the chat, or you guys can message me directly. I love you guys. God bless. Have a good night. Hopefully this training was of value. Apply it immediately, and let's grow this business. We got a lot of work to do. Good night.
Good night, Raysa. Thank
Love
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Raysa.
Raysa.
Bye, Raysa. Thank you. Love you. Good night.